Alright, good day. Today's topic is community dynamics, part 1. Alright, in this discussion, in this topic, we're going to discuss the different kinds of community actions, their needs, and of course, we should come up with a community project. So, yun yung ating objectives dito. Now, in this study, I'd like to discuss to you the community dynamics. When we say dynamics, it means the community is growing and kumikilos and hindi siya stagnant and continuous growing. So there are elements and types that we are going to discuss to you this afternoon. Now, let's discuss first what are the elements of community dynamics. We'll discuss social science, socio-political, economics, and cultural. Before that, I'd like to present to you the 13 most important characteristics of or elements of community. Important characteristics. These are the pillars of or characteristics of a community. Of course, it is a group of people. Merong tao. Hindi mo masasabing community ang isang lugar kung walang tao. So, people are important. And there is a definite locality, place, and community sentiment, naturality, of course, permanence, hindi pa wala-wala, similarity, same language, same, even dresses, there are similar wider ends, total organized social life, a particular name. Sometimes naglalagay tayo ng mga tag na ito yung pangalan ng lugar na ito o grupong ito, things like that. And there's no legal status. Ito yung mga tinatag na informal group. Size of community, concrete nature. A community exists within society and possess distinguishable structure which distinguishes it from others. Meron ding mga pagkakaiba. And yan ang description ng isang community. Ito yung mga elemento. Now, in social science, it is a patterned social arrangement in society that are both emergent from the and determinant of the actions of individuals. So, yung pag sinabing social structure, naka-pattern yan eh. Okay? And likewise, society is believed to be grouped into structurally related groups or set of roles with different functions, meanings, or purposes. Examples of social structure includes family, religion, law, economy, and class. It contrasts with social system, which refers to the parent structure in which these various structures are embedded. The social structures significantly influence larger systems, such as economic system, legal system, political systems, cultural system, social system. So, more established ang mga pag sinabing merong system or systematic. Okay. Anyway, in social science, studying the society, ito ay nakikitang it is meron tinatawag na structure. Merong pamilya, one of the structures or institution. Now, in socio-political, the definition of socio-political is something that involves both social and political factors. An example of something that is socio-political is the issue of environmental conservation, which is influenced by both social attitudes toward going green and by political policies. Okay, basta meron ng mga batas na ginagawa at pinatutupad ito ay pumapasok sa tinatawag na political factors, no? And we are a social being. We are a socio-political being. So, gusto natin na magkaroon ng kaisan, orderliness, and leadership, of course. Now, the national unity and global solidarity is um, the core value of socio-political. And one of our problems or major problem of our country is socio-political. Maraming politicians ang nakikisosyo sa kaban ng bayan. So that's our problem. Another one in community dynamics, in terms of economics. Okay, in socio-economic system at the regional level refers to the way social and economic factors influence one another in local communities and household. These systems have a significant impact on the environment through deforestation, pollution, natural disasters, and energy production and use. Actually, ang core value ay ng socio-economic is sustainable human development. Okay? Now, it means that in community dynamics, the human being is the focus or the focal point, no? Yung tao na yung dynamic nito should be growing at the same time nasusustain through our systems, no? Yung tinatawag na environment, mga nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran. And not only that, even our livelihood, kasi part yan ng ating economics, no? Socio-economic system. Now, yun, may work, may livelihood, and sustainable human development. That's it. Socio-cultural, the core value is peace and justice. Socio-cultural characteristics, basically, socio-cultural factors are customs, lifestyle, and values that characterize a society. More specifically, cultural aspects include aesthetics, education, language, laws, and politics, religion, social organizations, technology and material culture, values, and attitudes. Ito yung nakikita natin, no, sa ating society na very yung ating customs, yung ating pamumuhay, ang ating kultura, languages, no. Makikita natin na we are one nation and we're having the same language, no, isang batas na sinusunod. Ito ang nag-describe ng ating community. I want you to understand the dynamics ng isang community. We have to deal with this, pag-aralan natin. For instance, actually this is ito yung kinowa na isang seminar na ito ang mga different topics. Introduction to community, community demographics, community situational analysis, community economics, mapping community assets, community power dynamics, community development process. So, ganito kung paano tumatakbo o umiikot ang tinatawag na community dynamics. We have to understand first the meaning of our community, saan tayong lugar. And when we talk about demographics, ito yung mga ano yung mga nangyayari, paano ba nakaposition. That's why we have to have a community mapping, no? Ano yung kabuhayan, kasama yan sa community economics. So, ito ang mga process ng isang community. Okay? Community processes. Okay. Now, when we talk about processes, merong ano yan it involves community power, leadership, relationship, social change. Now, in community, we value uh, different qualities, no, na makikita natin dito. At ibig sabihin, while the community is moving or growing, we want to see the moral standard, the values that we need to look at. One is respect community leaders. Kung sino yung mga barangay chairman, respect ni community leaders. Ito yung mga criteria or characteristic ng isang community. Resolving conflicts and solving disputes. May mga kaguluhan, dapat magkaroon ng kaayusan. Opportunities to practice religion and belief. Okay? So it's a good thing that we are free country and we we practice our religion. Having rights and responsibilities. Maintenance of traditional lifestyle. Opportunities for sports and recreation. Making a living and meeting needs. Improving living standards. Good health care and education. These are the values that we want to see in a community. Meron tayong gagawin ng tinatawag na My Dream, no? Dream Philippines. Now, different types of community. We have formal and formal. We have rural, urban, local, global, and different sectors and social spaces. We'll discuss this one by one. When we say formal and informal communities, formal groups are the one that are created as per official authority, so as to fulfill the desired objective. Unlike informal groups are formed by the groups as per their likes, interests, and attitudes. When we talk about formal groups, actually they are officially, they have the authority by the government, of course, and they are subject for sometimes SEC, no? Security Exchange Commission. Yung mga sinabing formal, talagang sila, yung recognized by the government. And there are informal communities na hindi na kailangan, no? These are the based of their interests, their attitudes. Yung mga Facebook community, it's informal. Okay. Some of the common formal groups that exist within the organization or community include schools, church, hospital, government, and civic organizations. Okay. Now, next is difference ng local sa global. Obviously, ang local is a small unit. Okay. A community has been defined as a group of interacting people living in a common location. The word is often used to refer to the group that is organized around common values and attributes with social cohesion with a shared geographical location. This is local. Generally in social units larger than a household. When we talk about the global, national community or global community, the word community is derived from Old French community, which is derived from the Latin communitas, cum, with, together, and plus minus give a broad term, the fellowship or organized society. Okay, we have a local community, and kung ano yung nasa ating places, geographical location, ito yung nakikita natin. Pero, meron tinatawag na global or national community. We are connected tayo sa kanila, we have fellowship with them, pero hindi nga lang natin nakikita, perhaps through Facebook, yun doon natin nakikita sila. Rural, urban, ito yung province, yung rural, and yung urban, ito yung nasa city. That's actually the difference. Yung sectors, ito yung community sectors, ito, different numbers yan eh. In some cases, it describes broad categories. No? Merong public sector, merong private sector. Okay. Iba-iba. And ito yung mga different sectors, various sectors. We have health sectors, education, law enforcement, business, youth, parents, the media, religion, agriculture, service, fraternal organization, community activists and volunteer groups, culture, housing and development, sports and recreation, the environment sectors, name it. Maraming mga grupo na talagang iba-iba. And when we talk about social space, this space is physical or virtual space, such as social center, online social media, or other gathering place, where people gather and interact. Some social spaces, such as towns, squares, or parks, are public places. Others, such as pubs, websites, or shopping malls, are privately owned and regulated. So, ito ang place kung saan o space kung saan ang mga tao ay nagmi-meet. All right, in our activities, we have done with dynamics. I want you to have a collage or poster about your dream, Philippines. All right, I'll discuss it to you. What is your dream, Philippines? Something that is progressive, full of infrastructure and industrial. Booming siya, baga. But at the same time, it is clean and very peaceful. Okay? May mga natural resources o maaring bulubundukin or sa dagat. Rich in resources. Paano mapapakita yan? Peace-loving community, the people. Of course, don't forget the people there. Kasi minsan, yung iba nagda-drawing lang, wala man tao. Having a pre-education, physical checkup and hospitalization, playground for children and adults, free Wi-Fi connection. Bahala na tayo, no? Basta ito yung ating magandang pangitain. Now, in this chart, we have the Dream Philippines. Sa baba niyan, meron tinatawag na 3 areas, no? Na on socio-economic, socio-political, and socio-cultural. Sa socio-economic, we want to see in our dream yung tinatawag na livelihood, progressive ang may full of resources, maganda, sustainable human development. At the same time, nakikita natin yung paggalaw ng political leaders. They enforce their power and the services. And at the same time, the values that we are looking like peace, love, peace-loving people, culture, Filipino identity, nandun din siya at the same time. So, that's our dream. Now, nami-meet niya yung tinatawag na basic human aspiration, yung social, no? Life, freedom, responsibility, belonging, and love. Okay, these 5, no, na aspirations of human being ay very basic siya. We have life, freedom. Now, the qualities I'd like to see, when it comes to life, it should be fully alive and life-giving. It has to do, for that individual, has to do with ourselves, for ourselves, no? And this one, freedom, truly free and freeing, and responsibility, fully responsive and responsible, has to do with oneself. Yung belonging and community, community builder, at the same time na meron kang life, may freedom ka, pero at the same time meron kang tao na kapwa tao, no? At nagbi-build kayo ng isang community. So, ito yung magagawa natin with other people. And love, of course, loving, lovable is has to do for others. Ano magagawa natin sa ating kapwa. Now, in building a people, building a nation, actually, it was research na ginawa year around 2,000 years. These are the questions. What are the specific positive behaviors of the Filipino that we value and would like to strengthen? Okay, what are the strength of the Filipinos? What are the specific negative behaviors of the Filipino that we feel are detrimental to our development as a nation and would like to change? So what are the weaknesses of a Filipino? So, what are the roots of these behaviors? What specific strategies or programs can be undertaken to concretely eliminate our weaknesses and enhance our strength? So, these are the four questions that we've identified. Okay. Now, ano yung result? The result ng first question is the strength. Pagkapwa-tao, family orientation, joy and humor, flexibility and adaptability and creativity, hard work and industry, faith and religiosity, ability to survive. So, obvious to. Nakikita ito sa mga Pilipino. Lalo na yung tinatawag na family orientation, joy and humor. Kahit may mga problema, nandun pa rin, nakangiti pa rin tayo. Flexibility, pag ikaw ay nasa abroad, makikita mo, pwede ka sa init, pwede ka sa lamig. Hard work, kasipagan, faith and religiosity. Now, what are the weaknesses? Question number 2. Extreme personalism, no? Sobrang ano tayo, yung tinatawag na when we talk about personalism, yung bang madali tayong masaktan, parang gano'n. Yung uh, balat sibuyas. Extreme family-centeredness, sobrang pagte-take care sa pamilya. Pag maghahatid nga lang sa airport, buong barangay yata, buong pamilya nandun. Lack of discipline, kalat dito, kalat dyan, passivity and lack of initiative. Hindi naman natin masabing tamad, no? Sabi nga, one of our strengths are yung tinatawag na yung is hard work eh. So, passive nga lang. And colonial mentality, kanya-kanya syndrome, lack of self-analysis and self-reflection. Now, ano yung mga major root causes, strengths, and weaknesses in the Filipino characters? Tiningnan dito yung mga dahilan. Family and home environment, social environment, culture and language, history, educational system, religion, economic environment, political government, mass media, leadership and role models. Nakita kung bakit ang strength and weaknesses ng Pilipino ay ganon dahil number one, sa ating pamilya mismo. Na-adapt natin yun eh. So, we're going to focus our activities sa family and home environment and social environment, yung ating kapaligiran, okay, culture. Particularly, the mass media, malaking factor ito sa ating paghubog ng ating makinaan, okay, at kalakasan, yung model na yan. So, these are the, how many are they? 10, no? Bilangin nyo. And now, our goals. This is question number 4. What will we do? Actually, nakita natin yung we have five goals, no, for change. A sense of patriotism and national pride, a sense of common good, a sense of integrity and accountability, the value and habits of discipline and hard work, the value and habits of self-reflection and analysis, the internalization of spiritual values, the emphasis on essence rather on form. So, patriotism, common good, yung paggawa ng kabutihan sa kapwa, sense of integrity, actually discipline to, and self-control and accountability, value of self-discipline, hard work. So, ito yung 5 na goals na ito. Now, how to implement these goals, no? May mga strategies, general strategies. Ito yung multi-layered and multi-sectoral approaches. So, kasi national national change eh. Ibig sabihin pambansa, no? Kaya meron tinatawag na multi-layered and multi-sectoral approach. Sinabi natin yung mga various sectors. Emphasize change in power holders as well as the masa, yung mga tao, mga officials. Involve personal as well systematic or structural change. Should be holistic, emphasizing individual as well as systematic or cultural change. The change should involve a critical mass of people. The goals should be cut up in a bite-sized pieces of implementation. Hindi pwedeng malakihan, biglaan. It should be bite-sized, yun. Must be connected to the daily life of people, no? Dapat integrated yung values na yan. Must be implemented by an act that will involve self-sacrifice. So now, our gagawa tayo ng tinatawag na specific strategy. Ito yung practical. So number one ay meron tinatawag sense of patriotism and national pride. Okay? Doon tayo sa ano ang dapat na paano ipapakita ng sa those who are in the government, mass media, trade and industry, education, yung tatlong yon, yung tinatawag na sense of patriotism and national pride. Education, trade, media, so mamili na kayo. Pangalawa, sense of common good. Okay? Paano ipapakita ang kagandahan, kabutihan sa kapwa sa pamamagitan ng government, non-government organization, even religious and education. Apat yan. Okay? Take note of that. Now, sense of integrity and accountability. Ano yung mga practical steps na pwedeng gawin ng mga those who are in the government, leaders, officials, no? Educational training, no? Yan. Medyo pang national approach na tayo. Siguro pwede muna nating gawin nating barangay level lang, ha. Barangay level. Okay. The values and habits of discipline and hard work. Okay? And reinforcement system. Sabihin, sa atin mismo, sa ating pamilya muna, personal. The value and habits of self-reflection and analysis. So, apat yan, no? O 5 na. The value of habits and self-reflection. Kasi this is one of the problems that we have, or one of our weaknesses is lack of self-reflection. Now, ito yung activity natin. We have 5. Now, for each goals, 5 goals na meron tayo, you have to come up with 5 at least, no? Sa bawat isa na goal, meron kayong 5 na practical proposal. Pero 3 yan. Oneself, family, community. Doon muna tayo, wag na muna natin, i-disregard muna natin yung tinatawag na national change, no? Doon muna, oneself, family, community. Yun ang focus natin. Example, sense of patriotism. Okay? Attend a flag raising ceremony every Monday. Now, for family, practice waste management. Paano tayo maglinis? And what else? Para sa barangay or sa community, join a barangay youth club, clean up drive. So each one may mga 5 yan, no? Sa bawat so oneself, family, and community. Bali, ano yan? Bali 5, tapos meron 3. Sa bawat 3 ay merong 5 proposals. Okay? So, this is the end of part 1.